Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. While I have your attention, I'd like to invite you to go ahead and stick around for a while. Maybe hit that subscribe button for me. Whatever led you to this video, most likely the car audio stuff, you're going to see more of it. But I work on all kinds of things. I work on old Mustangs. I work on old motorcycle. Work on homemade farm equipment. I work on a lot of things, so you're going to see a variety of stuff here. So if you would, hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and let's get on with this video. I went to visit a friend of mine, Buddy Stevens, a few weeks ago, and he told me about a deal that they were having on some of the Nakamichi audio equipment. And I thought, you know what, that'd be perfect for Ruby, because I mean, I don't really want to spend a whole lot of money on that car as far as, a radio goes, but I mean, I would like to have some kind of sounds in it, and the factory radio don't work in it anymore. So I went ahead and bought a few things that I saw on there that I was like, okay, this would work for the car. This would be fine. And once I got it, Wendy and I were talking, and she said, what are you going to do? You going to make a video on this thing, say I'm putting a $500 stereo in my $500 car? And, we both got a kick out of it. We chuckled and everything, but it really got me thinking. I was looking at it, and I looked at what all I had so far. And I was like, you know what? I can make it work for $300. So then I started looking around for some other stuff or whatever. And then I said, well, you know what? If you really get choosy and get picky about stuff, about what you get and where you get it from, I might be able to add tax and everything into that $300. So let's see what I've got so far. All right, first up we have a single DIN Nakamichi NQ921B head unit. I'd like to say that I picked this because of some fancy reason, but no, it was price, honestly. This thing was on sale for $36.99. You really can't beat that for what all you get. I mean, it's Bluetooth. Got the CD player. I mean, I know a lot of people don't listen to CDs anymore, but I do. I'm an old guy, so I have a lot of CDs. But having the Bluetooth, that'll be great for streaming music to it as well. Plus, it'll have hands-free calling. That'll be nice. So let's open the box here and see what we got. Some installation tools. A remote. Kind of a bummer. I was kind of hoping it would come with a microphone for the hands-free, so I guess I'll just have to put one of those in there if I need one. But I've heard there may be a microphone built into this thing. That'd be nice. Let's see here. I'm not seeing where there's a microphone on the face. Oh, maybe right there. There's a little hole right there, but maybe that's what it is. I have to read the directions. But anyway, it feels like a nice quality piece. Next up, we got the Nakamichi 4-channel amp. And this one is an NGO A80.4. And this one was $39.99. Which, I mean, hell, for any decent quality amplifier that's supposedly 80 watts a channel, I mean, $39.99 is, it's a bargain as long as it works. Let's see what we got in here. User manual. High level input. Allen keys. Some screws. And some washers. Really, it doesn't seem like it's bad build quality so far. Let me get it out of the plastic here before I go running my mouth. Made in good old China. And actually it feels like a pretty nice unit. 4-gauge power inputs and maybe 12-gauge outputs. Oh, nice. Yes, it's got quite a few features on there. I mean, it's been a long time since I've messed with car audio stuff. I mean, I used to do this stuff for a living. I'm just now getting my feet wet in it again. But we got 2-channel, 4-channel input mode, frequency multiplier for the high pass filter, low pass filter. So I wonder, you can't do a band pass. Oh yeah, you can do a band pass on this. Oh, that's nice. That's cool. So you got high pass, full pass, low pass filter, band pass filter. Okay. And again, multiple a frequency multiplier and a bass boost for 0, 6, and 12 dB. 230 amp fuses. Overall, I'd say it's probably not, you know, this is not the best quality amplifier I've ever seen, but again, for, what did I pay for this thing again? $39.99. I mean, again, if it works, then it's worth the money. Next up, we got the single channel monoblock amp, NGO D500.1. Supposedly it's 500 watts. I'm not holding my breath on that kind of power output, but I mean, all we're going to be running on is one single 10-inch subwoofer, so I mean, I'm sure it's going to be plenty enough power for that. So let's open it up. Again, we got the user's manuals, owner's manuals, whatever you want to call them. Oh, it does come with a bass remote. Wow, it didn't say that. It didn't show it in any of the pictures, so that's good. Bonus. So, and the reason why I chose this one is basically because it matches the 4-channel amp that I bought. So 500 watts by 1 at 2 ohms. And, oh, that's a bummer. It's got the spade terminal type connectors on it. 230 amp fuses and just a single pair of outputs. Let's see here. 1 pair of inputs, bass boost 6 and 12 dB, phase shift 0 to 180, subsonic filter, low pass filter, and gain. Pretty basic little amp. Again, it looks nice for the money. What did I pay for this one? $34.99, guys. $34.99 for a subwoofer amp. Hey, again, if it works, well worth the money. And here's our subwoofer. Again, it's another Nakamichi piece. NSW10D. That's a little template there if we needed one to cut a hole in our enclosure. And the user's manual. And here she is. It says this thing would handle, what, 500 watts? I'm not too sure about that. But again, we're matching this subwoofer to that amplifier over there. And as long as it can handle that, I think we'll be A-okay, because I'm sure that amplifier over there is probably not going to be pushing out a real 500 watts. I mean, hell, it looks like a decent quality piece. Oh, it's got a paper cone. I thought the cone would be poly. So it's got a paper cone and a foam surround. Pretty stiff. But I mean, what are you going to expect? What did I pay for this one? $19.99, guys. $19.99 for a 10-inch subwoofer. It does have spade terminals on it, which kind of blows. But I mean, at this price point, you really can't complain. I mean, let's be realistic here. $20 for a subwoofer. And I mean, what else can you say? I mean, it's a cheap subwoofer, but I think it's going to do fine for what we're going to be doing with it. All right, the last thing I ordered off of Woot.com was this pair of 6x9s for the back deck of the car. NSE 6918. Let's open these up and check them out. Oh, they're individually packed, so I think we'll just open one of them here. And let's see. Not bad. You know, I'm really not a fan of these new, well, I say new, modern era speaker grills. I mean, yeah, it could stop something big from punching into it, but I mean, it's not going to keep a piece of trash or something from falling down in it. I mean, if you got this thing mounted on the back deck of your car and you know, a piece of trash lands in it, it's going to get down there and possibly get down into the voice coil. But you know, hey, whatever. For what I pay for these things, again, I'm not going to complain. Looks like a poly cone on these, foam surround, paper cone on the tweeter there, and I don't know what that was made out of, mylar or not. It's not mylar, but I guess some kind of plastic. Anyway, kind of a small magnet. Says 40 watts nominal power, 260 watts peak power, which I think, again, that's probably being optimistic. But again, we're not running a whole ton of power here in this system, so it's going to be great. Let's see, what did I pay for those? $19.99. Again, just like for the subwoofer, 20 bucks for a pair of rear deck speakers. And like I said, they're not the greatest quality in the world, but they're going to get me started. All right, that's it for the Nakamichi stuff. That's all the stuff that I ordered from wook.com, and it's kind of what got this whole budget system project started off with. So what are we at now? With tax and everything, it was free shipping. So we are up to, what does it say there? Sorry, I'm old. I gotta look real hard. $162.59. So we're off to a pretty good start. Got both amps, got the subwoofer, got the rear speakers, got the head unit, and we're only $162.59 in. So this might be possible. And next up we have the dash kit for the radio. I already had this left over from my installer days. I've got a bunch of old stuff kicking around, but I was lucky enough to find this. I did already have this, but I am going to put this in the price, and I'll put a screenshot of what I found on eBay. I found one that I would have ordered on eBay for $3.15 plus $6.99 shipping. I'll have to add that together and then put the tax on top of that. And the last thing I've got right now is the 4-gauge wiring kit. The reason why I chose this kit is because it comes with everything. It comes with a battery terminal, it comes with 2 distribution blocks, it comes with 2 pairs of RCAs, it comes with some speaker wire, it comes with the remote wire, power and ground. It comes with everything that I think I'll need. So let's open this up and see what we've got. I know this is probably the aluminum, copper-clad aluminum wire, but I mean, when you're on a budget, you really can't complain too much. So, I mean, trying to save money where I can. There we go. All right. 2 sets of RCA cables, and they are pretty flimsy, but as long as they work. And here is some 8-gauge ground wire, some 8-gauge power wire, and here's our speaker wire. Hey, wait a second. Wait a second. Oh, there it is. Okay. Whew. I was about to say I got gypped. I couldn't find my ground wire. Yeah, from the weight of this stuff, I can tell this is the copper-clad aluminum, but, you know, hey, it's going to work fine for what we're doing. So, let's see here. What have we got? Speaker wire and remote wire there. I think there's like 16 or 17 feet of each, something like that. And here's our ground wire. Yeah, you can tell that's copper-clad aluminum, has silver where they cut it, but I mean, for what we're doing, it's going to be fine. So here's our ground cable, and here is our power cable. And I was wrong, it doesn't come with a battery terminal, it comes with a fuse holder. So, got the fuse holder and 2 distribution blocks, one for the power, one for the ground, and some other miscellaneous things. Got a grommet for the firewall, and an extra 4-gauge lug, and some speaker terminals, and some spade terminals, and some zip ties. Anyway, that's all I've got for right now. I'm still waiting on an enclosure for the subwoofer, front speakers, and something else. I ordered something else and I can't remember what it was. Oh yeah, the wiring harness adapter for the head unit. That's what I was waiting on. So that should be everything that we need. So I mean, we'll have some speaker wire here, RCAs, power and ground for each amplifier, main power and ground. So we're off to a good start. And I think this one was, what did it say? This was $49.21 shipped. Got free shipping on it from Amazon. And again, I know this stuff's not the greatest stuff in the world, but I'm here to tell you it's going to work fine for what we're doing. Got a cheap set of front speakers for the doors. There's a particular reason why I ordered these over the Crunch version of these speakers, and it goes back to whenever I showed you the 6x9s a little earlier in this video, and I'll show you. I specifically ordered these over the Crunch speakers because they actually come with a real metal mesh grill. And I know that, you know, I'm probably not going to use that in this application, but I mean, you know, you never know. I might need a speaker grill for something else. And these are Hyphonics Zeus ZS653. It comes with some speaker wire, some speed clips, and screws. Okay, so, oh, that, all right, oh yeah, okay. So it does hold down the screws. Anyway, polycone, and it looks like some kind of, is that like a hybrid rubber and foam or something? I don't know. RMS 50 watts, and it says the max is 300 watts, which if you cross these things over at about 150 hertz and made maybe a 300 hertz test tone through it, it might handle that kind of power. But yeah, there ain't no way this thing would handle a real 300 watts. But anyway, going back to the amplifier that I've got, it's rated at 80 watts channel. And I mean, really, if it does 40 or 50 watts a channel, I'll be happy with it, because I mean, it's a cheap amp. I know it's a cheap amp. I'm not expecting the world out of it. I ordered these and the subwoofer enclosure off of eBay, both at the same time. These were on sale for, what was it? I say on sale. They were priced at $23.09. So, and I've got 7% tax. So $24 and rounding up is 71 cents. So really, I mean, not too bad, you know, for 25 bucks. So I'm sure they'll sound decent. It's not a terrible speaker, but I mean, at the same time, I mean, I know there's a lot better. So anyway, that's all I got for today. So in the next clip, I'll be waiting on the subwoofer box, and I'll be waiting on the wiring harness for the radio. So stay tuned. All right, guys, the last big piece of the puzzle has arrived. I guess you can figure out what's in here by the size and shape of the box, but yeah, it's our subwoofer enclosure. I got this off of eBay, and I'll go over the price in just a second because I can't really remember exactly how much it was. I think it was $39.95, but with taxes and all, it was free shipping, which is great. So let's get her out of here. Looks like it's 5/8 MDF. Anyway, it's not bad. 40 bucks for a subwoofer enclosure. I mean, I wouldn't build it for this, because I mean, to be honest with you, I'd have to buy an entire sheet of MDF, plus I'd have to buy carpet, plus I'd have to buy wood glue, and then contact cement to glue the carpet on. And I probably wouldn't put this on there if I was building it myself. You know, I just run the wire out. But I mean, still, 40 bucks. That's a pretty good bargain. I think that'll do really well for the Nakamichi 10-inch we've got. This is like a 0.8 cubic foot enclosure. So I had a choice between this one and a shallow one, but it was only like 0.5 cubic feet. And I just really didn't feel like that was going to be enough airspace for that subwoofer. So I opted to go with the larger one. So it's gonna create a fitment issue, but I mean I'll figure it out. We'll get it mounted somewhere in there. And the part number on this is H110RF. All right, guys, you can see I've got a pile of boxes back here. I need to make it to the trash dump soon, but let's go over the list and see what we've got, and we'll do our total right here. So the Nakamichi order. The subwoofer, $19.99. The monoblock amp, $34.99. 4-channel amp, $39.99. The 6x9s, $19.99, and the head unit was $36.99. So that comes up to $162.59 with tax. Got free shipping on that. And the 4-gauge wiring kit was $49.21 with tax. So that brings us up to $211.80. The head unit wiring harness has not got here yet, but it's not going to be here till Monday. I'd like to get this video out tomorrow. So when I paid for it, it's $9.89 shipped. So that'll come in soon. You'll see that whenever we do the install video on the car. So that brings us up to $221.69. And the subwoofer box that you just saw shipped was $42.75. That brings us up to $264.44. And the dash kit that I would have bought had I not already had one came up to $10.85 shipped with tax. So that brings us up to $275.29. And here's the kicker. I wanted those 6.5-inch speakers, that particular set, over the Crunch, because the Crunch set has, you know, the goofy little plastic grill that anything can get in there, and the Hiphonics have like a metal mesh grill, and I prefer that actually. So I waited until the very end to order those because I knew the price was going to be very tight. So when I got down to it and I did the math, the Hiphonic speakers were $24.71. That puts us exactly at $300. $300 flat. So I've made it clear the entire video that I have no unrealistic expectations about this stuff. All I know is that right now, the radio that it's in the car right now is from 1988, and it doesn't work. And even if it did work, and even though it's a premium sound, it was designed by some old fart back in the 80s that probably grew up listening to Lawrence Welk on an AM radio and thinking that sounded good. So anyway, I think the stereo is going to do very good. It's going to do everything that I want it to do, which is basically play music and sound pretty decent. I'm not going to be winning any SPL competitions with it. I'm not going to be winning any sound cue competitions with it. But I mean, you know what? It's a good start for 300 bucks. And I wanted to go ahead and get the video out ASAP because today is December 19th, 2024. And as of filming right now, there's still quite a bit of this Nakamichi stuff available on whoop.com. So if you want to duplicate this build, head on over there and take advantage of a good deal. And I think that for 300 bucks, you really can't beat it. I mean, come on guys, 300 bucks for 2 amps, 4 mids and highs, a subwoofer enclosure, all the wiring you're going to need, and a dash kit for the radio. Oh, and a radio. 300 bucks. That's a budget system if I've ever heard one. So guys, I appreciate you watching. Come back next time whenever we're doing the install on this thing, and we'll see how it turns out. So thanks again for watching. Hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, comment, and thanks for watching.